Hi, I'm Jane Sharon. I'd like to talk to you about animal shelters. Would you rather save money and have an animal that's more appreciative where they live or are staying now? Well, I'd like to talk to you about purchasing your animals from animal shelters. The main biggest reasons I am talking about this today is because when you purchase an animal from an animal shelter, you're not only saving their life, you're also saving the next animal that receives that open spot, and the money that you use to purchase the animal that you take home is also being used for that in that particular shelter to help heal and raise the animals that are put into the shelter. Some of my main reasons are cost. When it comes to purchasing an animal from an animal shelter, it is a bargain compared to purchasing from breeders that breed their own dogs at home. And it's also a lot and way more cheaper than going to a pet store or any puppy mill. And a lot of people nowadays are boycotting puppy mills because of the way they actually do treat their animals. From the Animal ASPCA is where I got most of the information on how it's a huge bargain to purchase your animal from shelters. Another reason why I bring up when purchasing animals from shelters and how it's cheaper, it's because it also is getting the flow of the animals out of the shelter faster. So, for instance, dogs. There are thousands and thousands of dogs that need a place in a shelter, but there's no room. So, from just a few people purchasing a dog, it's opening all those spaces up for those dogs. Because depending on how big the dog is and what their personality's like, is how it's categorized. So if they're a smaller breed dog, then they can fit, 2 or 3 in a bigger dimension. I do have a picture of how shelters are usually set up, if you can see. So, a main reason for people to buy their dogs or cats or animals at shelters are when you purchase them, they are usually a lot healthier and they do have all their vaccinations and shots. For when a dog does come into the shelter, it goes to either quarantine or isolation depending on their attitude and the way they act around other animals and other people. Then there's the dog room where all the original regular dogs are being stayed in. And then you have the adoptable dogs. So the dogs that are ready and have their vaccinations and they're all healthy and they're ready to be, given to families that will care and love them instead of possibly the families they came from, they're there. And there's also the same for the cats, and they do have examination rooms. So if they are seriously hurt, or if they are really sick, they go to the examination room. So that right there shows you how great an animal is taken care of when going through a shelter. And I got most of that information from the humanesociety.gov. Also, I'd like to talk about when purchasing a dog from a humane society. You are actually saving so many lives, and it helps prevent all the money and dogs and cats and animals that are being euthanized, because thousands and thousands of animals are being killed or put down every day because there's no more room for them. So it is nicer, and you do feel a lot better emotionally, and you feel better about yourself, and you make an animal's life better just by purchasing them from a shelter. From hearing all these amazing facts, I really hope that people do start purchasing the animals from animal shelters, because you don't just save one life, you save many down the road. And you do help out with many animals to come. And it is it's actually helping you out too. You do save money, and at the end, you do feel better as a person altogether because you saved more than just one animal's life and money. So, to make a difference, I really hope you purchase an animal from a shelter. Thanks for listening. I really appreciate it.